Alright, so in this video we want to show you how to use the option pane, right, to be the input dialog that you can control the location and also be able to read input from the option pane. Like now, this code we said, okay, we want to control location that the option pane will show up, right? And we said we can actually, let's try to run this at the bottom right corner, right, by getting screen width and height from the toolkit. But this is the message dialog. How we gonna turn into the input dialog? So pane itself has the method set input once input. Set the once input property if new value is true and input components such as text field or combo box to allow user to input a value. That's what we want, and make it true. Right, and again, if you hover the mouse, right, this return void. Okay, we set it true. There you go. We get an input dialog, right, where we can enter the number. Hit OK. The next step, how we can read it. The values in. So we gotta get value, right? Get, let's see, get, do we have input value? Yeah, that one input value, right? Because it's input dialog. So get input value. Now we only need to know what is it return object. So meaning that if it return object, we can cast this into string because we know it's gonna read it as string, right? Input always as string. So we gotta say string input, right, equals to this return object. We change casting type to string. Then if we want to calculate something, we could, right? So we can set the message. Let's say this is a message. Enter your height in feet, something like that. And this could be feet to inches, right? Converter. Now input is in feet. We gotta make it into double value equals to input, let's say height, okay? But we need to convert, right, string, which is we call parse double, into double height. Now we have height. Then we can start to do calculate from here, right? And we said 1 feet has 12 inches, so we just multiply by 12, right? Then we can do another dialog to pop up and tell the we gotta do another JOptionPaneInput result pane equals to new JOptionPane, right? Alright, result. And if we want to control location, right, so we can do the same, get the JDialog as result dialog. And same, we can just copy this, but this is not input anymore, then we don't have to do set once input. So we can say dialog, right? This is his result. And this is going to be result dialog. This is result pane. So we can have two different dialog pop up now and control location. We can set location. Let's say we're going to be on the top right corner. So top right corner around here, x is 0, right? Y 0 right? So this is 0. And we can just make the dialog visible. And we need to set the result to the dialog too, right? So this is going to be result is this is going to be height, right? Show the answers and just do the same, always on top, that is on the top of other windows, and make it visible. Alright, let's run and test. Alright, seems like there's some errors. Uninitialized values. Number format exception. Okay. Let me just test by putting 0. Okay. So 10 feet result is, okay, that's a title. We have to make it result is here, right? Now let's see what happened to, we need to initialize first and do the conversion. Height equals input dot. Now double dot parse double, input is a string. Uninitialized values. So pane get input dialog. So let's test with we're able to see the input first. So the input is initialized values. That is the problem here. So it seems like when we do get input value, it did not return what we need. Okay. So how about if I get it from the dialog then? Dialog dot get from this, or let's try get value, right? From pane. uninitialized value. So we have to get a method to get the values from here, the right methods. So the problem is string input here. Let's put a beginning here. Declare initialize to empty string. So I need to initialize first and give the value back. Now let's just test to see if I can see the input right here first, which is if I input 12, I should see 12. Let's initialize values. So it looks like that this whole thing actually is returned, but it didn't want us to assign again here. Otherwise the value would be lost because it is a reference to the object, because it's an object. So this is about a memory thing. Then we can actually just convert it directly, right? Parse double and put it right in there and see if we can get a height. So still issue with an initialized value. So if I know this is a string, this is an object. So when we put it directly here without doing this, we should be able to see the values, which is fine. We see the values getting in. If I just cast to double, because it's an object, right? You can cast object to any type. So it says it is a string, can it cast to a double, because input always look it as a string. If I say object, so that's why I have to do string, which is going to be working fine. Right. Now the next question is, how am I going to calculate this if it's string? So that's why I need to convert string to double. So let me try to parse directly here. Then I can get this into double and multiply by 12, because 1 feet has 12 inches. Let's say height is 1. It works now. Alright, so if you assign it to a variable, it doesn't like it. So 144. Alright. And then we can concatenate with inches at the end. Okay. So that's one way to get the dialog to work. Let's test again. So my height is 5 feet, so you're about 60 inches. Alright.